last week.
So,
How we doing?
yeah, last week we had just regrouped from the second wave of horribleness that was on the airship.
Uh-huh.
I was blind. Krieger was being an ambulance for everybody and saving everyone. Lyra was healing herself. Harsk was back up on his feet. And Toad was with us for a second. And then he got grabbed and disappeared. And then we all ported the hell out of there. I teleported everybody back to Bastion. And then we got to see a creepy green... Well, everybody else got to see it. I didn't see it.
It's true. You got to hear.
Creepy, fog ghost message head from Toad telling us that he brokered a deal, that there's a ceasefire for 9 days, he's not being held against his will, and that after the 9 days he will be back in Bastion.
Lamplight.
Oh, he'll be in Lamplight? Okay, he'll be put in Lamplight, and that's it, so that we're not part of this weird blood feud that's been going on.
And finally, don't fuck this up.
Don't fuck this up.
And he said, don't fuck this up, Mirror.
At which point we decided...
At which point I used my incredible deductive reasoning skills as Mirror to realize that this was all a lie and a great ruse.
It's all been a pack of lies.
It's all a pack of lies. And that we should definitely not leave and go save Toad because he needs help.
Yeah.
And then, after a little bit of resting, we met Flump to heal my eyes, and we bought him food, lots of food.
How you going?
And then he healed me. We saw a big silver dragon
That's true too.
fly over the city and then down into the city.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
After my eyes were healed, we went towards, what was it, City Hall? Or...
Basically.
The castle.
The Senate.
The Senate.
Yeah.
We got there, we started basically making a ruckus to see who was the dragon, and then we got to meet up with,
Sterling.
Sterling showed up. And we found out, big reveal, that Sterling was a silver dragon, and he's been checking stuff out and trying to help, or something to that effect. And I think that's where we left off.
Kinda. He's grad for Toad.
And he's grabbed for Toad. And he was on the ship.
Yes.
Eating.
Yes.
He's having a big old meal, not bound.
Yeah. With...
Is it with the leader?
With the lady leader. Half orc? Not half orc, half orc?
Well, at very, very first glance, she looks like a half orc, but on further inspection, it's more dragon. She's a human, but with weird dragon shit going on.
Okay. And yeah.
So how we doing?
It's a dragon! I want dragons to fix all of our problems.
He looks like a dude.
Yeah, but I felt him as a dragon.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, I ate that dragon tooth.
That's true. You are...
So I'm like...
You do still have a weird, blue sheen to your skin as it's beginning to fade.
How much time has passed since battle?
Probably an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say,
So
it can't be...
You guys did rest for a while at the bakery?
Yeah, basically it was the back half of the morning or whatever, because we went to Flump at
Oh, that's
noon,
true. Yeah.
So
yeah, you still have a
3
bit of a
hours,
blue
maybe?
sheen to your skin, but the scales have gone back to
yeah.
normal skin stuff. That's what happens when you eat a dragon too. You turn into a dragon, sort of.
Kind
of.
Especially degraded dragons.
Yeah. They're full of cavities and gingivitis. Dragonvitis.
Didn't brush properly.
Dragonvitis.
You need to stop walking around. All your clickety clacks get picked up by the microphone.
But I'm a very cute dog.
You are a very cute dog. I know, but you need to stop.
She needs mittens.
You drive Joe crazy when he tries to edit.
Okay, Charlie said.
But yeah,
We're gonna be in here.
so we're standing outside the Senate with Sterling.
Yep. After scrying in his cauldron. Down.
Also important to note is we did tell the leader of Bastion, or my commander, that
You got 9 days.
that there is a ceasefire going.
Uh-huh.
So,
Right.
That's
for
true
whatever
too.
impact that may have.
Uh-huh.
But we also mentioned to Sterling that we thought that might be a lie.
After you mentioned Harsh.
Yeah, after we already told the commander, yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, we're not able to tell the commander that, so.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out.
So is this what you expected to see?
What do you mean?
Sterling is looking at the scry in his pauldron that is kind of
Not,
cleaned up.
That's not Matt.
not really.
I look over at Mirror and go, alright, that Toad is the one that I actually do know about him. It's not so surprising now.
Well, I mean, here's the deal. We can believe in the message from Toad. The scry seems to lean in that direction. I don't know, though. It seems iffy. I guess at worst, all we are really giving up is just this opportunity. But I don't know. Sterling, why, is Lamplight interested in this?
Only in that they don't want this to spread.
Okay.
And we do have an alliance that would predicate us being here in the event of war. And war is here, so too are we.
Well, I mean, we've worked with you guys in the past, and I don't really want to leave Bastion to just its own devices at the very least.
It's been attacked before. The Sovereign has retreated. It does appear.
Well, but man, you should have seen the stuff that was coming out of this pyramid. In the other dimension where they're getting all their fancy gadgets. The guy we talked to.
Notes.
Hagen.
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 Hagen-Dazs.
That's how I remember.
Hagen days.
Ice cream guy.
Hagen days.
Hagen days. Yeah, there was some crazy stuff in this thing. I don't know if that's gone now. We saw it partially blow up in the distance before we left the other dimension, or the other plane, but I don't know if that's it for them. Also, I don't know where they're getting all these damn creatures. I just fought a thing with a bunch of light coming out of its eyes, and it blinded me, and its mouth was floaty, looked like a child thing.
I didn't like that one.
I didn't like that one either. Me and Harsk had a really bad time with that guy. He was not a cool dude at all.
I don't see the problem.
Neither did Hagen.
Me neither.
Right. That's the joke.
I get it. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
He's becoming a better wizard.
Smell him when he's stepping in.
Well, here's what I can tell you. I'm very old. Hagen's been a thing for a very long time. He's gotten out of weirder situations. He's probably still out there. What you did may have disrupted it. Probably why they were amenable to a ceasefire, because their supplies of horrible disfigured monsters might have dried up suddenly. As for the creature that you just described, that's not one of his. They probably had just captured an extraplanar being and managed to keep it pent up, and we're going to deploy it, but you got in its way first. Unfortunately, or unfortunately for you, fortunately for the rest of us.
Well,
Good job, Charlie.
yeah. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
did you say the monster that we encountered wasn't one of his or one of hers?
Was something that Hagen does.
Okay.
So they didn't get at least that monster from Higgins' side of things.
Okay.
Now, it strikes you just from seeing the facility. Well, Harsk didn't. It strikes Krieger and Meard that Hagen had a knack for taking conventional creatures and adding to them, whether it be mechanical or grafting other creatures onto them or giving things that shouldn't be things, sentience, things like that.
Like horses.
And twisting and
Like the mechanical hydras.
Yeah.
The hydras with the weird mechanical head attached to the normal hydras.
the laser hounds.
Sea bass with
Not-
the
not
laser
punches.
beams on their heads.
Now, Pontius is entirely a regular old thing that's just awakened.
So, yeah, I mean, we all talked about it a little bit earlier. We're kind of on the fence. I lean more towards the idea that this isn't Toad. Toad's not one to go do this. But, after looking at the scry, I mean, what do you guys think? You think this is legit? You think Toad just... Yeah?
Yeah.
What do
I
you
could
say?
see Toad doing sort of like from our understanding of who Toad is as a person. He seems like the kind that would go into some sort of like a double cross. You know, it's like looks like impacting us.
Yeah, I guess. Well, like I said, again, it's not like we really do have ties here, but
It's obviously important to Toad.
well, I don't want to lose Toad, for one. If this turns into, okay, well, let's go get Toad and meet him in Lamplight or something, and then 9 days go by and he doesn't show up, we're kind of screwed.
And Bastion get destroyed.
Well, yeah, or at the very least they get knocked down a peg or two, lose some ground, which isn't going to be any better. Of course, if we decide to counterattack now anyway, I don't know what breaking the deal entails.
Us rescuing
Yeah.
Toad.
Well, yeah, I would imagine if we're successful, all bets are off and we win. I don't know if there's some kind of trap laid out if we do break the deal, if they've got something else waiting. I would imagine not.
I've seen her kind before. Well, not specifically her. Can't speak to her. But it looks like she is at least partly dragon, or there's some dragon in her blood. It looked green. What I can at least speak to the green is that they're not as overtly evil as most of the chromatic dragons. When they make a deal, they stick to it. They're at least diplomatic. It's their one good characteristic.
We don't have a lot of love for green dragons, though. Right, Hars?
That's racist.
I'm just
Not
saying,
feeling it.
the only one other one we've encountered... Yeah.
Did kill you.
Did you ever try to make a deal with it?
Wait, did we say?
Yeah.
Did we say the leader is a green dragon? Just like,
Not. It looks like she has green dragon blood in her system.
I tried to make a deal with the first green dragon. And you tried
Well.
to kill my goblins, so
Nope, I
then...
say we kill her. Marcy's down for putting an end to her.
Right? Murder of the green dragon, right? That's
There's
what
a
we're all
problem,
about.
solve it with murder.
Right! D&D.
I don't see the problem.
There's a term for that. Murder hobos.
Murder
They go
hobos.
from place to place, murdering people.
So, I mean, again, I definitely don't want to make any decisions for the group. Not that I could anyway, but
But we're doing this now.
now, I mean, I'm down to go get Toad. I don't like leaving Toad anywhere,
I second that.
especially seeing as it just
He can barely take care of himself.
I mean, literally days ago to me, I just went through a whole lot of shit to bring him back alive. So I would like to keep that going. Granted, I just set him on fire at one point, but that was for purely testing purposes.
That's for
You had
science.
to wake him up.
I was trying to wake him up. He was fine.
You didn't feel he was sleeping.
Right?
But did you die?
So, Sterling, what
Yes.
would you prefer? Would you like us to stay here? Is this something we should stay out of? I mean, not that you're the end all be all, but I definitely don't want to make anything more.
You don't want to make the situation worse, and I appreciate that.
Well, and I don't want to make your standing worse. I mean, not that we're attached to you in any way, really, but.
I have enough deniability to cover.
Because I'm a fucking dragon.
I think that's more like he's the leader of the order. And he's a dragon.
Infiltrating the Sovereign to get your friend back is disruptive at best. I don't know if your previous plan was barge in the front door and break everything,
Kind of.
or if it was to try to sneak in and use a bit of subterfuge. But looking at the company you keep, it appears that subterfuge is not your strong suit.
I can be stealthy.
For a bit of-
stealth. Clinkety.
For a bit of context, Krieger is a giant suit of armor. He is, 7.5 feet tall?
Oh, yeah.
7.5 feet tall, covered in plate mail. Or not plate mail, because it's
Full
plate
plate.
or
Demon
mail.
armor.
It's just plate. Covered in spikes, giant claws, and
A giant shield.
a shield taller than most people, and a hammer to match.
Shush! Clank.
Dainty does not come to mind.
We're
Right.
sneaky.
Sneaky. Very sneaky. My
And Harsk, who is wielding a very large club, has a shimmering, iridescent dragon head on as a helmet,
Oh, that's right. You have the dragon head. I forgot.
with a beard coming out of it.
Ooh, and he's got the
Yeah, that's
sword.
weird.
And he's got the sword
And
too.
he's got a sword that crackles with lightning. So, subterfuge.
Let's sneak around, really? I mean, I can. Invisible.
There's a crack of thunder. Dude, keep the sword down.
Over there.
Sorry, I farted.
Horse gets just in the background going.
No,
Guys, check this out.
fucking
You
bugs.
hear that,
Fucking bugs.
Guys, I can write my name.
Ooh, crit. That one arced.
Ooh, it's a moth.
So, I'll say it like this. Sterling, would there be any ideal place for us to be for you? For what you have planned?
Out
I mean,
of the
obviously-
way.
Out of the way? Okay. That's fine.
We're going to... As long as I can convince everyone else that this isn't going to be an elaborate double cross, we're going to take our 9 days, lick our wounds, and prepare for what's next.
Okay. Do you want us to stick around for at least until you're done convening and let us know? Would you want us to be here in reserve just in case these guys don't want to wait?
There are 3 of you. Granted, you have some ability, because you can make it there and back, and reasonably unscathed. You have some talent. You do not appear to be diplomats.
It's 4 of us with you.
No. Again,
3 is the loneliest number.
again, deniability. is important.
Well, and that's fine. I'm not saying that we could, win it or anything, but in the case that they want to move forward, would you have a use for us at all? If not, I believe our plan would probably be to head towards Lamplight.
If I can't convince them of what needs to happen, I don't think you would be in. I don't think you would factor in.
Okay. Perfect. So, then I guess I would like to wait a day, because I'm a little tired.
Sounds refractory period.
But, yeah, tomorrow morning, afternoon, we head out for Lamplight to pick up Toad. I mean, we've got a ways to go.
Good.
You've done us a great service in at least getting us a ceasefire. It gives us enough of a break. We're going to take advantage of it.
Just so you know, and I mean, I don't know what you guys know or what you don't, but while we were there, we also released some slaves that they were using to cart around the animals. So, not that that needs to factor in for you guys, but there is what would be considered innocence on that ship.
They're likely prisoners of war.
So, and I'm not going to mention shit about Jeremiah's sister.
Like he would care.
Not that he would. I'm not going to bring that up.
You mean the dead guy?
Dead guy's sister. He's been dead for 14 hours.
I spent exactly like 3
Bart-
hours.
Party member
Right? Yeah, exactly.
a month ago. He died under mysterious circumstances.
Yep, completely mysterious and unforeseen circumstances.
Paying no attention to the blood on Krieger's gloves.
As his arms are always crossed now.
Those bloodstains? Nope, gotta go.
I have some work to get done. Thank you again, and good luck. And
You too.
please don't get in the way.
I will not.
He turns, begins to walk away, kind of reaches back, and the pauldron that was your scrying bowl kind of lifts off the air, or lifts off the ground. It's hard to lift off of the air. But it's in space!
It's in space! Holy shit!
It lifts off the ground and kind of settles back into place and kind of seats itself back onto his armor.
Sweet. Well, with that, good luck.
His back is already turned and he's walking away.
Fuck you then.
See you later, Sterling. Bye, Sterling.
He raises up a hand and just kind of gives a casual wave.
Gold dragons are better.
It's really cold all of a sudden.
Oh, shit.
It's like all the heat just kind of drains out of the area. You're outside and the heat just kind of... But then it quickly returns to normal.
Alright. We need to find a place for sleep. I need sleep.
Donut shop.
Well, rest and eat and stuff. We'll use the rest of the day to just do whatever, and then we're leaving tomorrow.
I can just see Krieger walking into the Senate meeting. As a local business owner, I have strong opinions.
I get a say in what we do.
Not only do we need to stop this war, we need a bus line, but not one next to my bakery, like 2 blocks over.
I started a bakery.
No, it's
It's my big giant, half giant fighter.
Emergency? Can you cut these brakes on my bakery?
Tax breaks.
I'm boosting local morale and helping the war effort.
I'm a job creator.
I'm the backbone of the economy.
I found an abandoned building and now I made 4 people work there. I created 4 jobs.
Something Reaganomics.
I stole an abandoned building and then threatened a dude to work for me to make donuts.
Right, Reaganomics.
I only use 1% milk.
Nice.
Of course. We are the 99%.
All right.
Go, I can
So,
put my
you
donut
guys
shop.
are left to your devices in the main... Well, you guys were in the Senate hearing chamber, and as Sterling has left, people have started to kind of file in slowly. there's still going to be some time before hearings commence, but the solitude of the grand chamber is coming to a close as the murmurings of people are kind of meandering in, and your privacy is no longer a thing.
I want to sit and listen to the hearing.
Okay. Give me a will save.
Oh, I'll do it.
Oh, good.
That's a 6 or a 9. That doesn't have a mark. What is it? It's the corner is the top, right?
The triangle points up.
Points up. Okay, so that's a 9. You said a will save?
Uh-huh.
That's a 17.
Ah, shit, that's actually kind of good.
It's a really hard Senate hearing, though.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's like, you're fine. You're actually like, wow, this is really intriguing, but you also dragged Krieger and Harsk, and they're just like petulant children. Like,
Oh no.
Are we done
I
yet?
have to go pee.
Done.
like, much like a parent
When's it
who's actually
over?
enjoying something for once, the children
Give
ruin
us the
everything.
verdict already.
Seriously, get to it. You all deserve to be wiped out. Who said that?
As a local business owner, burn this place to the ground.
Nice. Alright, so yeah, and then, yeah, after
No,
that.
if you did want to stick around for the hearings, you can. I'm just not role-playing all of them, because fuck you.
I know.
That's the first thing I thought as soon as you said that. Really,
I
what a
also do
dick.
want to, I kind of want to know, like, the air about everybody. Like,
It's a really mixed bag.
okay. That's
There's
all.
a lot of
I will-
warmongering because there's like pride in the city and all that jingoistic bullshit.
Right.
There's also a lot of people who's like, we have a break, fucking take it. And there's even a small faction of likely druids. It's going, everything's gonna be great from here.
I would like to immediately set the druids on fire.
Ah, green party.
Oh sweet, blaze it up, yo.
Alright. Yeah. Let's, yeah. After that, I just want to head somewhere where we can
Okay.
kind of veg out for a while, maybe
Sure.
head back to the bakery. Even though that's going to take, it's going to take like half the day, right? Or like.
Oh yeah, because you went over to the main.
Oh, so it's been longer since the fight.
It's like later in the afternoon.
Okay.
Same
Yeah.
day though.
Oh.
Same day.
I was purely asking for hit points.
Totally.
Oh.
Here, don't have more yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can either find somewhere in the area, or you can head back towards the bakery. Probably take a cart.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Back towards the bakery?
Let's just head on back
Yeah.
to the bakery.
Okay.
So you take a cart, so it doesn't take too long. It costs a pittance, so you're fine.
I
In
don't
fact,
have any pittance.
better yet, Harsk just kind of pulls rank, says, "Hey, I need to get back to my camp," and it's taken care of.
Nice.
Harsk pulling that rank.
I got this, guys. I got this, guys.
Wait. Check this out. he
flash-
just snaps his fingers.
You flash your badge.
Harsk's got all the connections.
That helps having rank.
I know, guy.
RHIP. So, yeah, you get back to the bakery. Shit. What was it?
Shifty Sam.
We got
Shifty.
back
That
to
was
the
what was the
bakery
first
and-
word?
Shifty Sam.
It's like shaky, no.
Shifty.
Scummy, no, yeah. No, Shifty Sam has brought back. He seems to have convinced two teenagers, like really early teenagers, that being in the bakery business is a good thing, and it will keep them from being drafted and dying.
Good idea.
So
Good idea.
they are just happy to be working and not being drafted and forced into being slaughtered by terrible things.
I like it.
There's still no roof on the place.
We have to make a profit first.
So, you guys bunk down in the bakery for another night. Not the second night in a row, but another night. Weird has his eyesight back, so that's
Yay.
a good thing. Harsk, it feels good to be back with some familiar faces after a couple of months. It's been a little rough going the
I
last
also
couple of days.
appreciate not being close to death anymore.
Perfect.
So,
Yeah, there's also that. Yeah, you've hit the danger zone a few times. Last couple months. But yeah, at least you're in what you perceive to be more capable hands, or at least more capable company.
Yeah, this Krieger guy is growing on me. Nice. It's always nice having company from familiar faces like me.
Yeah, exactly. And Krieger, you're basking in the glory of your enterprise.
Fuck yeah.
And
I'm gonna open up 3 more.
and
I'm
yeah,
gonna become a chain, motherfuckers.
And then branch off to Lamplight.
so yeah, you guys can rest, do whatever you need to do. Probably not die, but maybe.
So what was the brief that they came up with? It was
If you guys stuck around, let's see. Here we are.
Misha heard those dice roll.
Nice. They're gonna give peace a chance. However, they are using that brief peace to bolster a lot of things. So they're proceeding with great caution, but there was a narrow decision to not directly attack them right now, quickly.
I do want to give my commander a heads up that I'll be heading out of town.
Okay. Like you're calling it quits here, or are you going on a recon or scout mission, or what are you?
I want to give him an update that got word from the Senate that they're going to test out the peace, but be ready. I believe I'm not even officially a part of the ranks. I feel I've done my duty the best that I could, but it sounds like the situation is being handled by those above my would-be pay rate.
Right.
I got a friend who has gone missing in this action, and there's suspicion that he should pop up in Lamplight, and I will be heading over there. I do invite him to call, send a raven or something if they need me to come back. So.
All right. Asset recovery. I appreciate that. Good luck. We're gonna miss you around here.
Thank you. You too. Best of wishes.
Don't die.
You too.
You're not very good at it, but don't die.
Don't die. Fuck you. Don't tell me how to live. I'll die if I want to.
Everybody gets one.
Don't die again.
It's my party. I'll die if I want to.
It's my party.
So yeah, cool. We kind of square things off with.
That gets better as you go. You would die too if it happened to you. Green dragons are no joke.
Yeah, they suck.
Neither are shining children.
1 out of every 15 people die of green dragon.
Mm-hmm.
One out of every 5 dwarves in our game.
We need to create a billboard system in the game, and it's just Harsk. Just this did you know? The troubles of green dragon.
It has been 4 sessions since the last green dragon incident.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Click here if you want to know more. It's just another one bites the dust.
Nice.
Cool. So you guys rest. So hit points equal to your level.
Good.
Restored. Maybe you're blind again.
Shit.
But then you open your eyes and you can see you're fine.
Yay.
Oh no.
Harsk, you actually rest really well knowing that the weight of the burden of rank is kind of off of you again briefly. So you can just rest like a normal damn person.
Perfect.
And once again, you wake up to the smells of cinnamon and flour. And powdered sugar.
Get 1 on the house.
Unfortunately, the...
Krieger, you're really outdoing yourself.
Give me a
at this place.
profession cook.
Oh shit. It's only 9 this time.
All burnt.
Just a 9.
Yep.
So
I haven't put any points in it yet.
the smells are great. However, the thing that wakes you up is Krieger shouting in pain as he burns himself on the oven. As he's
Ow!
he forgot he wasn't wearing his gauntlets, and he went to take a tray out and burnt the shit out of his hands.
Son of a bitch!
Oh,
Take 2 points of damage.
fuck.
My Danishes, no! God damn it!
bear claws!
No!
And my bear claws!
I just want to see a bakery movie now with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
It'd
Just,
be awesome.
it'd be so awesome. It would be great.
It's essentially Kindergarten Cop.
Mm-hmm.
Big muscle-bound guy, fish out of water.
It's not a nuclear!
It's not a tumor.
Get your ass back in the kitchen!
What's a falafel and what does he do?
Oh, God.
Chew it. Chew it now.
Do it now!
You want some more egg rolls? No, not egg rolls. Shit, never mind, I fucked it up.
What kind of bakery makes egg rolls?
A good one.
No.
A good bakery.
No.
Everything should make egg rolls.
No.
Over by my daughter's school, there's a donut shop that sells Thai food.
Yeah.
See?
Lee's Donuts.
Yep. Lee's Donuts. The Thai food /
To be-
donut shop.
To be fair, though, his wife does the Thai food stuff, and he does the donut stuff. She just
Okay.
works out of the same kitchen.
That makes sense. That's reasonable.
That
Interesting
makes way
guy.
more sense.
I mean, I don't know.
Joe didn't go there for 4 years.
I'm not
I
there all
so
day.
fucking did. Oh my god, that donut shop was so full of teenagers every single day. Right next to the high school. Oh, you have money. You're gonna go get something? No, I'm gonna go eat donuts.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
is
Donuts.
Donuts. Why wouldn't I do that?
Well, of course.
Should have
Alright.
seen it when that fucking Taco Bell showed up.
What would we like to do with our day?
Alright,
Warpath.
How much with a full rest? How much can
Your-
you heal?
You heal your level and hit points.
Got it.
I need DM info, which Mirrored might know. How far away is Lamplight from Bastion?
Long time.
Is it within 900 miles?
No.
Okay, perfect. That's all I needed to know then.
It's probably about 14 to 1,500 miles away.
How far is our keep from us?
About 300 miles.
Okay.
Oh, Michael bought it for me. I ain't wearing that shit.
So as I talk to everybody, I basically just bring up I can get us to our keep like now. I mean that takes a chunk out of our trip. How many days would it take us to get from our keep to Lamplight where we need to meet up?
We've done it before.
Yeah, I know.
It was 12 days.
12 days. Damn it.
12 days by car.
Would you be able to get us over just directly to Lamplight, or is that too far?
No, it's too far.
Wait, couldn't you teleport us to the keep? Rest the day, get your spell back, teleport us to Lamplight?
Yeah, but it'd still be. I can only go up to 900 miles ish.
It's-
I'm still gonna be over.
It's within 900 miles of the keep, but not from here.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I'm a better wizard.
No, you're not, because what he could do is use his arcane, or use his staff, pull back the spell, just boom, boom, we're there.
Yeah, I could get us back there
I
today.
didn't say it was a great wizard.
But he figured it out.
I said a better wizard.
Technically, only I figured it out.
It's a long-running joke that we need a better wizard.
Uh-huh.
See?
I'm sorry. Who was it again? Who was the only conscious being in the other realm who got everybody back again?
Who just saved your ass?
Huh?
Who just saved your ass? From the little kid with the light?
Still me.
Me.
It's still me.
No.
They ported us away. It's still me. So yeah, if you guys want, I can get us back to the keep, and then we could either wait a day or we can go straight to Lamplight. But I mean, we still got 8 days before Toad is supposedly gonna be there.
I need to spend a few days teaching Krieger employees the art of taking 30 for cooking. 30.
How do you roll a 30 on a 20-sided dice?
I don't know. That's my point.
Oh, well, I'm going to teach you. No.
Gregor becomes Tony Robbins. Don't
Exactly.
stop at 20. Take 30.
But yeah, I mean, I can get us back to the keep right now, and then we can just hang out there for a week. We could actually be home for a little while. Harsk, have you even been back? Yeah. We were back for like a minute, though, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Krieger is also
It was
very
like
excited
a day or two.
about the idea of going and seeing the beacon again. Yeah.
We'll have to go through the bacon. It's shiny. So yeah. I shouldn't have too much trouble porting us home. So, Krieger, is there anything you need to do before we leave? Seeing as you have set up a bakery here.
I want to spend some money to get a roof. Hire contractors, make a roof.
Give acknowledge local.
Fuck. 7.
That's always great after a roll. Give me a roll. Fuck.
Well, I was saying fuck at the star next to it, that no matter what I roll, the best I get's a 10.
Yeah, sure, we can get you a roof. What do you need to buy?
End of the week.
Over 300 gold up front. The other half of that on completion. You got yourself a deal.
This is just random NPC
You
contractor.
found a contractor.
Okay. I would like to intimidate check this guy. Because I can.
I'm gonna intimidate.
I'm gonna
him
roll.
for a better price.
It's over 30.
Okay, what are you doing?
Just yelling at him. You screw me, I will kill you. It's a 35, by the way. Intimidate check.
200 up front.
I give him the 200 up front. Fuck.
200 up front, 400 when we're done.
The price didn't change, just the upfront's like, you okay?
I'm interested to see how you end up giving him the last part of the...
Give me a perception check.
Nice. That would be a 26.
There's a little peek.
He's
a little
Nice.
Nice.
Cool. So, you managed to hire a contractor.
Perfect.
Harsk, is there anything you'd like to do before we head out for the day?
Nope, I resolved everything I needed to do.
And with that,
Ready to get back to the...
Mr. Meard. Man with no last name.
Man with no last name.
His last name's N. Mearden.
Mearden. Alright. Everybody hold hands. Oh, wait, shit. Does anybody know where Lyra is?
Who? Ah, the ugly one.
I think she's stuck healing up all the wounded around here. I don't think she's going to be able to make it.
Yeah, fuck it. I can always come back in a day or two and get her. Alright. Let's get the fuck out of here.
So,
Roll percentile, yeah.
yes, please. So, with a few magical incantations, Meard kind of draws a portal in the wall. You can see the keep on the other side. You step through the wall. And there you
61.
are. And you step out exactly where you expect to step out. In front of the still intact portcullis,
Yay.
near a somewhat intact, quote-unquote, farm. The rows are still... Rose is a strong term for how things have been carved into the earth here. But there are little green things beginning to sprout. And there's one football-shaped green thing sticking out of the ground. It appears Simon has been buried up to his neck and is pretending to be a plant, so he can understand better how to garden. Because Because
You gotta get in the mind of plants.
he's doing a very good impression of a Venus flytrap.
I just want to say that every time we interact with the goblins, I always think, yeah, I know what the goblins are like now. And then Matt does some shit like that, and I'm like, goblins are awesome, and I have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
The goblins are too good.
So awesome.
But Thing seems to be dragging a hoe around very, very near
I
Simon's head.
don't do that anymore.
I don't do that. Awesome.
I catch some bugs with the Thor.
Those low-hanging fruit, man.
And get a handful of dead bugs and throw it into the goblin's mouth.
Nice. So he snaps at it with his very, very pointy teeth. And I'm not going to do that because it'll hurt mine.
Perfect. And tell the other goblins how great their crop.
Simon said, thanks. I'm a great crop. I understand how to farm now. The rest of the keep is on fire.
Everything else is, everybody's dying.
Stone is burning?
The keep
Awesome.
There's a small griffin fighting a giant manticore for some reason.
Yeah. But the keep is intact as before. It appears that the trebuchet that was set previously was replaced by a cannon. Very large metal tube aimed towards the path leading in around. But it does look like it is somewhat pivotable to also shoot mountaintops nearby.
Perfect.
The portcullis is open. There is remnants in the center of the courtyard of a bonfire the past few days.
Big red smear.
No, that's long gone. But yeah.
Do I see any of the guards? All of their names that I have forgotten over the last fucking half year of us not being here.
Right? You don't.
Written down somewhere.
But you also know it's breakfast time,
Ah, okay.
which also kind of leads you down the trail of how long was Simon buried? Has Simon been buried in this garden?
Nice. I walk in,
Big a plant.
and with like a sigh of relief and kind of like exhaustion for whatever reason, I ask her. I yell for Mananan, or I don't yell, but I just, Mananan.
Welcome home, sir.
It is good to be home.
Excellent.
How have things been? I just recently realized or found out that we've been gone for months.
You have.
Yeah, to
Really?
us it's been like a week.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You must regale me of the story sometime.
I definitely will. Extra planar dimensions are weird, to say the least.
I can only imagine.
Is Hound back? I know when we got here 3 months ago, he wasn't here.
No, I believe he's still in
Okay.
Lamplight or beyond. He hasn't messaged or sent a courier either.
Alright.
He's in the wind, as it were.
Good to know. How are things been here? Any attacks or dragon things or...
The only monster we've seen is only in the past 3 weeks.
Is it a griffin?
Yes,
How is that going?
poorly. It seems to have been printed on your horse friend.
Yes!
And at that, a set of hooves comes trotting up, and there's some padding behind it, and say, "Hey guys, I'm a dad now!" As Pontius comes trotting up very happily with a a very bouncy little griffin hopping around behind it,
Trotting.
trying to trot with
Trying
lion
to
paws.
gallop with it.
Yeah, with lion paws.
Oh my god, yes.
You have to explain the backstory to this.
I will later. I will
Interesting.
do it.
What?
Punches, you've come a long way.
Yeah, this is great. I have a new best friend. I think he wants to eat me sometimes, but then I tell him not to.
It's good.
Good for you, Punches.
Stay on that, Punches.
He does like lift up like one leg, and you can see it's bandaged a bit. It's like, yeah, he got me once.
Did you learn to bandage yourself?
No,
Punches?
no,
Oh.
Who bandaged you?
Jetta.
Jetta?
I remembered.
You Perfect. What's his name or her name?
Oh, I haven't thought of a name.
Maybe we should let Toad name it.
Yeah, where's Toad?
Oh, that's a long
Pontius
story.
Jr. Pontius Jr.
He's saving us all right now.
Oh, that's totally Toad-like. That's a funny thing I just did.
Yeah,
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
I run off and run up to my room. And immediately change into the orange suit.
Of course.
Nice, of course.
It's been,
Knew that's what you were going
It's
to
still
do.
very well kept. It seems like it's been tended to the whole time.
Perfect.
Is there anything needed immediately?
Um,
Where's everybody? I'm assuming it's
breakfast?
breakfast. Perfect. All right then.
Things are pretty normal, which is a nice change of pace. It's been
I-
pretty normal. Well, it was normal for a couple of months, then this happened, and it started to get normal again.
That's good. It's very good.
Yeah.
All right, I head into the keep. Just kinda.
Good to see you again.
Yeah. Are they not letting you in the keep again?
No, no,
Okay.
they don't let me inside. But it's cool because my new friend and I, we just kind of hang out here.
Yeah, it's probably better
Yeah,
stay out here. It's good.
I'm trying to teach it that I'm not a deer, and that you should eat deer.
Pontius,
Yeah,
we learned that Sterling is a dragon.
I was a dragon.
You were a dragon.
I was a dragon.
You were a
I
dragon.
forgot.
I'm amazing.
You are. Remember that.
Pontius.
From
Yeah.
now on, anytime you introduce it, you're a
I'm
dragon.
a dragon.
You were dragon horse Pontius.
Yes. It's okay. I won't eat you.
Okay.
I'm a friendly dragon.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You were a silver dragon.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
Not a green
You should
one.
tell your kid that you're a dragon and that they don't eat dragons.
Good point.
Yeah, griffins don't eat dragons.
That's a very good point.
I think you're the coolest dad ever.
And then I go inside.
I'm gonna go tell all my friends. And she trots off.
He just runs over to the goblins.
Hey guys, I'm a dragon.
I'm a dragon.
Did he fuck my food?
No.
Oh, you're.
Your food.
Wait. Oh, actually, we don't know.
No?
The
Yeah.
juicy lady and purple kugel over in the stable. They're not eaten.
Yeah.
There are no little horses around. I don't know how long it takes horses to make other horses.
I don't know either.
I don't know any of that.
It was Quinn.
That's good.
No.
Quinn!
There are the same number of horses that there were before.
Perfect.
Only Pontius has a slight nibble on his leg, but it has been bandaged up.
Sweet. Alright. Yeah, I go
Right back.
into
Cool.
the keep to go get breakfast
Nice.
because we left. I
Hmm?
mean, we had burnt stuff. I didn't eat that.
Don't worry, Nick. The griffin imprinted on Pontius.
God.
Damn.
That's what you get for being an absentee father.
First the Rex died, and now I lost my Griffin.
You
I'm a
lose it?
terrible father.
Your Rex died?
My Rex died. It starved to death.
Aw.
You are a terrible.
Aw.
To be fair, those baby Rexes take a shitload of food, and we didn't anticipate that. We'd never done it before.
We didn't know. I didn't know how much Baby Rex eats.
Because everybody who becomes a parent knows beforehand.
That's right.
No, we fed it, and then we left to go get more food, and by the time we got back, it was dead.
Oh, also we went to go get a Spino and a Velociraptor.
Right. Ark is a silly game.
Took longer than expected.
Nice.
Anywho, yeah, so I just go into the keep and go get some breakfast.
It's tasty. Everyone's like, hey!
How you guys been?
Bored. But making money. Well, where have you been for 3 months?
Well, I was in another plane of existence for a couple days, and then we were in a city in the middle of a war for a couple days. But when we got back to the city, we found out that we'd been gone for 3 months.
Forgot Halfling's name. I'm terrible at this.
Let me look it up. I have it written down. Let me find
It's
it.
like been 6 months since we've been here.
How many thens were there?
Still don't know.
She doesn't do that anymore, but what the fuck was her name?
I do,
Darlene?
actually. No.
Darlene.
Hagen told me how long I've been alive. Or, well, the last time he interacted with me.
Krieger comes strutting out wearing his orange suit and hat.
Of course. Darlene perks up when you mention another plane. She's like, which one?
I don't know. It was like a time one. It was all deserty. Sucked. The worst. It was fucking worst.
I don't know that one.
I kind of want to just, use my rope trick to hang myself right now. That's all I'm really after at the moment.
We could get that wizard.
Probably fucked that up too.
Flanagan?
Yeah, we could get Flanagan.
Could try to get Flanagan.
We hadn't flaned before. How can we get flan again?
Ha
Ha!
I appreciate how much of a father you are.
You're welcome.
Because you're not.
Only-
Because Toad's better father than Toad.
Should go play Ark.
You want some ointment for that epic burn? Anywho,
Indeed.
um,
Krieger comes strutting down in his orange suit, feeling like king of the world again.
Chicken and eggs, please.
And before too long, a couple of spectral servants in the end are out.
Good for protein.
It's tasty as it ever is. The comforts of a home, especially when you own a castle populated with ghosts.
Ghost Castle.
At least ghost servants. Patrick, talk.
Yeah, Harsh, what are you doing besides being a weird
Okay.
creeper following around?
Everything was very quiet,
Yeah,
so I want to make sure you
I
had
gotta
sound.
Make sure,
It looked like he wanted to say
still
something.
got my room. I want to see if I still got the room I was
Oh, totally.
sleeping in before.
Mhm.
Huh?
You still do.
Perfect. All right.
But it's,
No one's stuff is crowding my space.
Nope,
or
you have
anything
your
like
own
that?
space.
but it's
Awesome.
seems like 5 or 6 dwarves have also been here, though.
Jeddah,
Yeah, no.
Jeddah, Ayana, and Shog
Yes.
are our 3 hired hands.
Jeddah was the bard.
Jeddah,
Or was he the monk?
half angel,
Yeah, that's Jeddah the bard.
yeah, and Ayana was a monk,
Yep, okay.
and then
Cool.
Shog was the ranger,
Mm-hmm.
and then Darlene.
The whore.
Doesn't do it.
We don't do that anymore. So yeah, good times. Did I figure out what plane of existence we were in when we did that? Did I do a roll?
Now explains again.
So
You've had time to reflect on it.
Sure, why not? $18.
18. What's the fuck with Michael?
Good night. Shut up.
He knows it's D&D night. I don't know why he constantly texts us during D&D.
Because he's bored.
Uh-huh.
Get him a
He
girlfriend.
just built a RetroPie. He shouldn't be bored. I almost
You can't see it.
called, or texted you guys all tonight to lie to say I had to go home just so I could play with my RetroPie because I got it done last
If you
night.
can't make game for any reason, it's totally fine.
Kinda. Every time I'm not at the table, all my shit gets taken, or I spend the next session in a dreamscape.
I did not say there
Or-
weren't consequences. I said it's fine.
I was gonna say, which is fine with them.
We voted. It was
Well,
democracy.
And you weren't here.
Fuck it.
Quinn even voted for you.
I fucking hate all of you. That's all I got.
She did a great mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Flaming sphere.
Rolling around a little bit.
Your guys' characters don't get shit with, fucked with, whatever I'm trying to say.
It's about your priorities.
Right?
We made you
That's 'cause I
money.
always make game.
It's a good game. Is
I
at your
admit-
house.
I have no place else to go.
I have made almost every single game except for, what, two or three?
One of them...
Patrick.
One of them we spent all your money. Another
Nick.
one you were in a dreamscape.
What was the third one?
We got him his money back, though. The next game.
No, we did. We did.
Plus some.
Didn't?
Yeah.
We
Probably.
had plus
Probably
some.
was comped. You made enough back, and you were paid back what you put in.
Oh. I only put back what it was taken.
Right.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Too late now. Moving on.
Krieger tried to profit.
We took over that booth in the fair. That was
You
funny.
did pretty solid at the end there.
Totally freaked all the kids out.
Right? So yeah. Okay. I'm down to hang out. I would like to make stuff while I'm here, but I don't have the money to do it. And I don't think we really have any money in the vault. Let me check that. But yeah, I'm basically gonna eat breakfast and mull over numbers.
You go up to the wall and brood.
Oh, brooding wall, how I've missed you.
There's a part of the wall that has like 2 grooves where your feet are, and then just a very polished area around it where your cape just kind of billows against the stone.
Perfect. Ooh, there's 150 platinum in the vault. So that's what, like 1,500 gold?
Yep.
I might steal some of that.
It's your vault. Is it feeling if it's your own vault?
Right?
I'm gonna steal some money out of my own bank account.
If
It's in my mattress.
you talk to my wife, that is exactly what that is. So,
Right.
why'd you spend all this money?
Wife.
It's my money. I made it. Can't do that.
No, it's ours.
But I made it.
But I'm single.
Single guy problems. I wish I had those.
It's my money and I need it now.
And I need it now. That argument doesn't work. She just gets more mad. Anyway, sweet. Yeah. Beard/Joe is gonna do some math.
Me. Math montage. Math.
We gotta
So-
watch that again.
Harskin Krieger. Breakfast is delightful. Krieger's strutting around again with uses his hammer as a kind of a cane.
Real
Constantly.
Before I walk out of the room to go do my math, I yell back to Harsk and I go, Harsk! Neck check! And then I walk off. That's it.
And the rest of the group just kind of looks around like,
What?
what?
Huh?
You guys don't get it. It's funny.
It's funny until it happens. You think I've forgotten. But, yeah, you're just strutting around, jauntily wielding your hammer like a cane. In a bright orange suit with tails and a top hat,
Yep.
also orange. Ayana and Jeddah both can't really even look at you without cracking up.
They can't handle it.
They just can't. They cannot handle it. Rashad just looks at you just like, you stand out.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Don't wander out the woods. You'll be too tempting a target.
Only if Dick Cheney's there.
Right.
Couldn't hit me anyway.
Hars, what would you like to do? It seems like you guys might have a little bit of time to hang out.
Don't say time to kill.
Yeah,
Hars
what
has
is
a
that?
little bit of a trigger.
You have a well. Considering you can teleport to Lamplight from here. You have about a week to kill, potentially.
Man,
Unless I kill you first,
great. It's the longest I've
Again.
been here in forever.
right?
I know. I want to enjoy just the sights of the keep. Walk around, play with the goblins for a bit. I do actually want to. See, I realize I haven't done much. I have a craft ability, but I haven't cashed that in on anything yet. And I do want to start kind of learning how to blacksmith.
Since you were here last for any amount of time, a smithy has been put in, and there currently is not anyone using it.
That's right. The guys that we hired to fix the gate with.
They're
Right?
done, yeah. So it'll take you a bit. Give me a craft blacksmith check. We'll see what you can whip up.
Let's see.
Too bad Hound's not here to help.
Fuck that guy.
19.
Nice.
19.
So, due to your dwarven nature, it just comes naturally that you light up the forge and get the bellows working, so it's burning hot within just a few minutes.
Did he light it up?
No,
Is it on fire?
it is.
Okay.
Stop.
But yeah, there you find some scraps of iron that you can bang around on. Is there anything in particular you'd like to make?
I do want to practice making. For now, I'm gonna start making just weapons.
Okay.
Or I guess maybe not full weapons, but more so upgrades,
Okay.
tweaking things.
Sure. Yeah, you today just kind of getting the feel of things. You managed to get a good few test pieces, but nothing really functional or usable. But yeah, you're gonna get in the swing of things as time kind of progresses. Someone messaged you
Perfect.
on the Discord.
Yeah, I'm just having fun, kind of tooling around.
Cool.
Discord message.
Yeah. I'm ignoring it.
Right on. Yeah, you managed to. What you do manage to do is make a handful of darts that you can actually use to throw. You were shooting for daggers, but didn't quite make it. But yeah, you have 3 darts in your inventory now, if you want them.
All right.
They're
Gotta start somewhere, guys.
yeah, they're thrown weapons. They don't do a lot of damage, but they're something.
Perfect. I'll take it.
Unless 3 darts is too much.
No, I would like to at some point then get some sort of dartboard put together.
Nice. Again, these aren't like throwing dart things. These are like metal shards that you kind of fling like a small knife.
All right, I just take them and just try sticking them in a tree then.
Oh, totally. Now, you can still come up with like a decent target thing. Shog has a little archery range set up that you can use to kind of fling these things, and you throw them into these targets made of straw.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, I go over there then.
Totally. Yeah, so you practice flinging these things around, and they seem pretty well balanced. They throw well.
Perfect.
So you did pretty good. Let's see. So besides strutting around looking like something out of Singing in the Rain, what would Krieger like to
Dumb
be
and
doing
Dumber.
with his day?
No go.
Okay, just kind of relaxing with
Yeah.
things, just appreciating
Yep.
some comfort for once.
Waiting for lamplight, really.
Okay. Waiting to go back to that beautiful, beautiful tower. Ironing your t-shirt.
What's the bear's name?
Which bear?
The werebear.
What the fuck is his name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
He was the big
I
old
think it
dude.
started with a
David,
J.
Chris, John,
No.
Joseph,
Jingleheimer.
Schmidt,
Schmidt.
Schmidt. That's it.
No, it was not.
Jeb, Jonah, Samsonite.
That was way off.
I don't remember.
Jared. Bernard.
You were so far up, it was like a lump.
Jerry? Oh.
Chris.
Clooney was the rat. What? The guy he credit carded.
Yeah.
Bruce.
Bruce. Yeah, there it was. We got there.
I should have remembered that.
I was close. Did not start with the J.
No, not even a little bit.
It starts with a J. Bruce. Oh, it's way off.
This close.
They kind of sound the same. Not even kind of.
In my mind, they're close together.
He has a silent J in the front of his name, okay?
It's Swedish. It's his culture.
Bruce is Spanish for jabroni. That's why that's how.
Exactly.
Because if Krieger speaks any language, it's Spanish.
¿Cómo está usted?
Of course.
Bienvenidos.
¿Dónde es la biblioteca?
Get to mi casa.
Mi casa es tu casa. Now. Oh, we're such dorks.
Yeah.
So then his bakery does make flan.
Probably.
And then you couldn't be flan again.
Nice. Good call, that.
I'm not sure I take kindly to the trademark violation of my name. I'm going to take you to court.
It's Flanagan.
Flanagan. The wizard. He would have his name.
Lockhart.
What?
The guy that's like Lockhart. You look confused, like who the fuck's Flanagan?
I don't know who Flanagan is.
The fancy wizard.
The wizard that's better than you.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. Sorry.
The guy who would definitely trademark his name.
I don't really pay attention to other wizards that are dumb.
I look at Krieger and go, looks like somebody's jealous.
I know, right?
I'm not even in the room.
You're brooding on the wall.
I'm brooding.
You're brooding on the wall.
I'm brooding doing math.
You're at the brood wall.
The brood wall. Exactly.
I am the knight. Batman's
If
stupid.
only there was some sort of man bat to take care of all of my problems.
And he's in an orange tux and tails.
Yes.
I keep hearing a soft shoe. You know.
Yeah, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Forget his name. I'm bad at names today. It's not good because I have to name everything. But
No, it's Young Frankenstein.
yeah,
Oh.
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
When you... It's
Putting
putting
on
on
the
the
Ritz.
Ritz. I keep
Putting
hearing
on the Ritz.
putting on the Ritz.
Oh, I just got a nice clockwork orange.
mm,
Putting on the Ritz. No, don't. Run away.
cool. So, yeah, you guys are just kind of shooting the shit. The goblins are having a good time. Something very disconcerting happens in the late afternoon. You notice that Pontius takes the griffin out to the farm area.
Oh no.
And you notice that Ratface and Thing trot out into the woods with the griffin not far behind. The goblins are taking the griffin hunting.
What could go wrong?
Oh no.
And keep in mind, this is a baby griffin, so it's got a very huge head and a tiny little wings, so it doesn't really fly at all.
Teeny tiny.
It's mostly head, just like the goblins.
Alright.
Do we all notice this? Or
So
just
it's cuter.
Harston
Krieger and
Krieger?
Harst do. They're out just kind of shooting the shit, having snacks up on the wall, appreciating the view.
Krieger.
I go take my orange suit off. I saw the light t-shirt. It's not bad.
Totally.
Regular clothes.
Mhm.
Not full armor, though.
Okay.
Say, Krieger, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Well, are we in the same room or are we
No, you guys are up on the wall having a snack in the afternoon.
Alright. Perfect.
Tell
Like,
him the
Krieger,
baseball
are you seeing
story.
this?
Yes.
We gotta go. Are you interested in seeing what's going on? Kind of like.
Let's go. I hop
Yeah,
off the
alright.
wall.
You do. Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, hey, I get points in that. Forgot about that. 13.
That's good enough. You kind of land heavily, but with enough grace to not hurt yourself.
That's my dice.
Perfect. Karsk, you take the stairs because you're a reasonable person.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
It does all the counting for me.
Yeah.
Cool.
'Cause I'm bad at
Who
math.
needs that at the booty
The
hole?
question is, do you guys
Nick
want to
needs
try
it.
to sneakily chase after the goblin hunting party, or do you want to just kind of become part of the goblin hunting party?
I'm not wearing my armor, so I would love to sneak.
Okay. In your white t-shirt.
And
Yeah.
my white t-shirt.
And his big feet.
Ah!
Hey!
Ah!
Karsk, I want you to give me a stealth check as well.
24.
Nice.
Perfect.
No penalty.
Um.
I'm sneaky.
Super
14.
excited.
14.
14? Sneakier than the dwarf. So if it weren't for the white t-shirt, Krieger would have vanished into the woods. Luckily, you're able to keep tabs on
It's
it.
like when you take ankle weights off, you
Yeah.
know, you feel super
You're
fast.
so much better.
Took off 200 pounds of armor.
Lighter than air.
So yeah,
I'm
you
very
guys
light-footed.
do manage to sneak up after the goblin hunting party, who definitely do not see you.
Nice.
Cool.
Worst hunters ever.
Alright.
They're looking in front of themselves, not behind. The griffin does notice you, but doesn't seem to understand what's going on. So the griffin does look back, and just kind of, but they just keep on going. This will be interesting.
Oh.
So after about an hour of going through very rough, rocky terrain in the woods on this mountain, the goblins have found a small cave.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Fucking caves in this goddamn mountain.
Being goblins, they dive headlong into said cave. The griffin, being a baby, dives headlong after the goblins into the small cave.
Come on, Harsk, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Sneaking in.
Fuck.
Okay, as you approach the cave, it's a very heavily wooded area, so there's not much of a clearing at all. But you can, if you duck behind a couple of trees, you can't even see that there's a cave there. You just happen to be keeping good angles on the goblins to keep eyes on them. However, what you do here,
I do.
Go ahead.
I do want to say. I want to take advantage of like the dark vision
Sure.
and have that kind of be that 60 feet kind of be a distance.
Okay.
Keeping them in view.
Okay. Cool. It's not X-ray vision though, so you can't see through the trees. But yeah, the dark vision is
Sure.
definitely helping under the canopy of all the cover.
Sure.
What your dark vision also doesn't detect is the incredibly loud roar that emanates from the cave as a griffin and two goblins come tearing ass out of the cave again. The goblins with their hands just flailing over their heads, just their legs have completely taken over all function of their body, so their arms are completely forgotten. They're just kind of flapping randomly just in the wind. The griffin is desperately trying to fly, but its wings are not developed enough to actually take flight yet. And stampeding after them is a very large bear.
Oh, you're going for a bear?
Roll for
Oh
initiative.
shit!
Nice.
All right.
16.
Is it the same day we got two to keep, or is it the day after?
Same day.
All right. 18.
in a t-shirt
Mm-hmm. So you have your weapons on you.
with no weapons.
You're barehanded, and so is the bear.
So is the bear.
Krieger, what's the fuck?
Nice. You guys make the best fucking decisions.
Harsh, what's your
We
initiative?
do. We're about to have bear meat, fucker.
18.
18. 8 and 18 are different.
Oh, 18 as in 1-8. 1-8.
Good. Oh, you were 8-18. Which one?
He rolled 818.
That's right.
Write it
16.
down. He's first forever.
And 8 and 18.
Harsh
What's better?
goes first in initiative for the next 4 months.
What sizes are bears considered?
Big bear.
Are they large or medium-sized
Big
creatures?
bear.
Typically medium, which is dumb. Actually, technically, bears start as small and become medium, which is dumb because wolves start as medium and become large. It's dumb. I don't understand it.
What?
Bears are bigger than wolves. Period. D&D is bad and wrong in this one
I mean-
sense only.
I don't really know the
There's-
size of bear periods, but I would imagine that
A
they're
lot.
bigger.
It's a lot.
Dire wolves, but
That's right.
still not as big as a bear.
I don't think so. They're bigger, but not compared to a bear.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear is in the first bestiary. Because it's a bear. Bear. Cool. So, first up is Harsk. Harsk, you've been kind of shooting the shit all day. Have you been shooting the shit fully armed and armored? You've been
No.
blacksmithing today. So you probably have a blacksmithing hammer on.
Yeah.
And that's about it for your weaponry.
Yep.
Doesn't he have
Yep.
little stars?
I got at least the
And you have your
dagger,
darts.
so-
You also have your
What about
darts.
your darts?
Yeah. I guess, yeah, I got my darts, and I mean, I guess most realistically would be like my flail or something. A club. Nah.
And well, your blacksmith hammer from that earlier.
Right.
So,
We weren't expecting combat.
right. So you are 60 feet away as you were keeping the goblins at the edge of your dark vision. The goblins have sprinted out of the cave about 20 feet, so the bear is 60 feet away from you straight ahead. The goblins are kind of at a little angle. The griffin is also with the goblins. What would you like to do?
Not die.
I
probably.
immediately get enraged with the bear chasing goblins.
Okay.
I don't really care about the griffin so much, but definitely the goblins. I actually.
I don't have any of my weapons. This is inconvenient.
This is the worst time for combat. I was having such a pleasant
No,
day.
I just realized I was totally gonna use my helmet, but I'm probably not wearing that.
Nope.
Instead.
Would Harsh be goofy enough to wear his helmet while blacksmithing?
Nope. That shit gets hot.
No.
Yeah, but it's a dragon
As much as
head.
I want to make that work.
No, he sits it next to him and talks to it.
How you doing? You're dead. That's how you're
Dead.
How you doing?
doing. Fucking dead.
I'll kill you, I'll kill your cousin, I'll kill your whole family.
Okay.
But what about the bear?
Alright, well, in that case, actually, wait, say that again. So,
The
what
bears,
was the thing from the blacksmith,
the darts?
yeah, just the darts? It's not like a 1D, like 3 or something?
Yeah, pretty much. Let me check.
Alright, instead what I do is I look toward the bear, and through my rage, I do intimidating glare on him.
Okay, so you jump out in front of the bear, and you kind of menacingly leer and growl at him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I do want to keep my distance, because you said he was like 60 feet away.
Yes. So,
Perfect.
the darts do 1d4 damage, and you can throw them at a 20-foot range increment. So if you could throw them from 60 feet away, it's at a -4 if you're thrown weapon attack. But they do 1d4 plus your strength damage.
Okay. 1d4 plus strength.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Strength,
Let's
not dex.
see.
Dex to hit, strength damage.
Yeah.
That's thrown.
I'll give that a go. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, so to make the attack, it's base attack bonus plus your Dex mod. To throw, or no, you're doing the intimidate. That's right. Which one did you prefer to do? Throw a dart. Okay. So
I'm intimidating. Yeah.
make your intimidate check.
Let's see here.
I'm not gonna intimidate him. I'm gonna. I could though.
21.
21.
If I wanted.
So
You
you
amateur.
leap out from behind the trees and you startle the crap out of the goblins. And you kind of emanate a dwarven roar that you channeled from who knows where. Maybe from the underworld. You've been there before. And the bear kind of skids to a stop because it's suddenly very unexpected and very loud. You did appear to intimidate it enough to stop it in its tracks. At least momentarily.
Perfect. Momentarily.
Yeah.
At this point, I do got to use for my attack renewed vigor to just heal myself.
Okay.
And after that, I'm just going to pretty much just ready a dagger.
Okay,
and
cool.
Just throw it the moment he moves.
Got it. So your intimidate check is a
shoot
standard action.
someone.
Okay. So you pull out a dagger ready to attack next round because your standard action was to intimidate.
Yeah, actually, my intimidate this with my rage lets it use as a move action.
Oh shit, yeah.
And then my renewed vigor to heal would probably be my standard.
Okay, got it. Cool. I like it. All right, brings us to Krieger
Um,
in your t-shirt and pants,
he's 60 feet away.
60 feet away.
I will slowly just saunter up 30 feet.
Nice. So you slowly saunter without screaming, just kind of stealthily wind your way through the cover, sneaking up to.
Are we outdoors or inside the cave?
You are outside.
Ah.
The goblins ran inside and immediately ran right back outside when the bear chased after them.
Nope, got it. Perfect.
Cool. The griffin is following all the goblins, but the bear is now going to go. Cool. Let's see how willful the bear is. About as average as a bear can be. So, the bear is going to charge at Harsk, as he is the most threatening thing around, and he's very terrifying and smaller than him.
Right past me.
He's not gotten to you yet.
I was 30 feet up.
Oh, that's true. He didn't notice you, so yes, right past you.
Right past me. So, stealth. Where's stealth? 19.
Okay, yeah, he does not notice you at all.
Okay.
Are you going to make try to get an opportunity attack in, or?
Yep.
Okay, with what?
My bare hands.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
This is such a bad idea.
Yes, it is.
Holy shit. So, it's with base attack bonus, right?
Yep,
To
plus your
hit.
strength.
Are you sure you're attacking with your hands? I mean, the first time we met you, you were fighting a bear, which we're pretty sure you were trying to have sex with. So,
Right.
like,
So does he want to seduce the bear this time?
12?
I'm just
12
saying,
to hit.
you might grapple with the bear.
You try to give the bear a good kick in its hindquarters to knock it off kilter and spin it, but instead you just kick a whole bunch of air and end up in like a battle stance facing a bear ass that's charging toward Harsk.
All right. I missed.
Yes, you did.
Got it.
But luckily you didn't piss it off till it bites you instead. Instead it's going after Harsk.
Good.
Harsk, what's your armor class without your armor?
It is a big ol'. Actually,
Minus the armor bonus, minus
big
the shield.
ol' 11.
You got it.
Mine's not much better. I'm at 12.
So, the bear is going to run up and try to just bash your face in with a claw. Did not roll well.
As it's running,
Not a big deal. Mere
as
fights
it's
with
running,
no armor.
Yeah, right.
What's that, Patrick?
Do I get to throw the dagger?
No, you used your standard and your move already.
Gotcha.
It's Bear's turn.
It is Bear's turn. But good thought. So, the bear actually gets a 13 to claw your face off.
Ooh.
Alright.
So, any one of these. You take 7 points of damage, and you get a lovely new gash across your facial area.
Perfect. I need a new scar anyway.
Right. Also, you notice it burns. You've been slashed at before, but this, like, really kind of not fiery burns, but just kind of there's a. You know how when you're scratched by a cat, you'll have that really gross burning sensation sometimes when you pee? No.
Single guy problems.
Gonorrhea.
Yeah, no.
Well,
Yeah, like basically it swells up and gets inflamed real easy after you get scratched by a cat or some shit.
Immediately infected.
Pretty much.
Scratched by a cat, immediately infected. It wasn't as good
No,
as a song.
No.
Perception
Probably
to see
went
if it
better
has
in your
rabies.
mind.
What you should do is a fortitude save.
Alright.
Alright, fuck you.
Fine. Fucking DM.
Don't know why I play this fucking game.
You're just making shit up over there.
17.
Okay. Is that taking into account your dwarven fortitude?
This is how the group dies. Thunderous claws.
No, that's not. Let me take a quick peek.
I wanted to remind you that it's there because I forget about it constantly.
Now he's a bear smear. I'm not bringing you back again.
+2 against poisons.
And spell
19
effects.
if it was a poison.
Yeah, you managed to resist it. As you're kind of regaining your composure after being slashed at by a bear, you look into its eyes and they're emanating like a greenish light. And you notice that like its mouth is dripping with
It's a fell bear.
not saliva at all. It's just some sort of poison or acid or something like that. This bear seems to be malformed somehow, or corrupted or cursed.
Neck check.
Next
check the bear.
Goblins. Goblins are gonna go. Seeing that they have have reinforcements, they kind of they're screaming their heads out. God, run! Wait, they're here. Get it! And they turn around real quick. I believe I said it was Ratface and Thing. I believe.
I think so.
Okay.
Can't be thing.
It's
Because he's dead.
Because somehow he died.
so luckily it's Ratface and Thing who
Seriously.
both have short bows. They draw their short bows and fire at the bear.
Nice.
Thank goodness.
There we go. Let's go pink and clear. What's your armor class of the bear? 16? Okay, so Ratface, being the clearly better archer, manages to actually hit the bear for 6 points of damage. The other arrow kind of clatters into the ground between your legs and all the bear's, or Harsk's legs and all the bear's legs. Just kind of
Whoa.
so, yeah, luckily it missed. But it was close to hitting you right in the keister. Okay. So, that was the goblin's turn. Brings us to Harsk. There's a bear in your face. It's a messed up bear.
He's dripping with
Big bear. He's mighty tough.
And Krieger is 30 feet.
Yeah, Krieger's 30 feet past. It looks like he probably could run up and flank.
Okay. Is there a huge rock or stick or a log
You have a
Totally.
hammer.
like around me?
You have a blacksmith hammer as well. But yes, there's a big rock you can pick up and bludgeon the shit out of this thing if you want.
What's the hammer do?
Like do a d6. It's basically a club.
Goes down.
drops specifically. Sort of a dropping motion.
Tells time.
Hammer time.
Are there any rocks or like sticks that would happen to do more than that?
Where's
There
the
is this hammer. Are there any rocks that do more damage than this?
there is a pretty sizable
hammer.
there is a pretty sizable tree limb that's fallen nearby that you could use as a great club, which I believe does some more damage than that. I need this one.
Thorn, oak, and shield? Just
Or that.
Okay,
So let me look up great club real quick.
perfect.
you're just gonna do that.
I guess it's an okay club, mediocre club, but big. It's a big club.
House band's alright.
Yeah.
Food's
Awesome.
not worth shit.
Great club does 1d10.
Alright, cool. That's totally
So
worth it.
go ahead and make an attack roll if you wish.
Say that again?
Go ahead and make an attack roll if you wish to hit him with, or to pick up the club and with it.
Yeah. Grab the club, bring it up on him, with a power attack.
Sure.
Yeah, alright, cool. Power attack on the bear would be 9. Oh wait. Yeah. 5, 9, sorry.
No worries.
13.
13 does not hit.
Yeah.
You hit the bear in the shoulder as it's bringing another claw up, so it kind of serves to block your club. Do you have your second attack?
I do have my second attack.
Feel free.
Cool. Nope. No. Worse.
So the bear blocks one of your attacks just out of luck, but your other swing has gone, or it knocks the club so wide that your next swing is really awkward. And you just kind of swing over its head and miss. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which brings us to Krieger.
I
It
would
seems that Harskin and the bear are wrestling.
I would like to run up and attempt to suplex the bear.
Okay. You run up and make it there. Give me
Yep.
a combat maneuver bonus check.
Fuck you.
There's a 3.
20.
20? Its CMD is 20. You grab the bear.
Nice.
So you run up behind the bear, you just grab it like around the waist and up onto the shoulders and just pick him
German
up.
suplex.
Yeah.
Straight back.
Let me tell you about this other bear!
You can't suplex him just yet, but you can grab him and bring him up so you're getting ready to suplex him next round.
Works for me.
Cool. The griffin is going to go. The griffin is just kind of got its beak hanging open and is looking at the goblins and looking at the situation and figuring what the hell is going on. The bear's going to go. Bear is grappled, so it's going to try to wriggle its way out of the grapple. Its CMB is not bad. What's your CMD, Krieger?
27. Good
7
luck.
is really good. That's a 12. Its grapple's really good, but it does not beat a 27. So it wriggles and squirms and tries to twist and is growling and trying to bite at the person grabbing onto it and bite at your arms and bite at your face, but it can't reach. It's just making all sorts of bear noises.
I can barely hold on.
Hey, boo-boo. Bear noises.
These puns are terrible!
They're
Unbearable.
They're unbearable!
That's what you should have.
God damn it,
I know what
Joe.
you're shooting for. Speaking of shooting, the goblins are going to try to shoot arrows into the bear that's now being completely stood up. Let's keep on rolling. That's a 5. That's an 11. Okay, the 11 will hit. So, another arrow zings into the chest of the bear for 3 points of damage. Goblins are putting in the work,
Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
right?
Thanks, Goblin.
Those are the goblins. Brings us back to Harsk.
Alright, going for it again.
Okay.
Going in for the power attack.
Baseball bat swing into the gut of this bear.
Oh yeah.
Don't hit me.
All right. Here we go.
There we go.
How about a 31?
A little bit. It hits a little bit.
Perfect.
Only just.
Perfect.
Just barely.
Just a little bit. Just
We
barely.
made up for last time.
But it's getting grisly.
Yeah.
It's a grizzly situation.
All right. 8 points of damage.
8
For
points of
that first
damage.
Spent a shitload of money.
I also can use a free action to do an intimidate check.
Okay.
Quick question though.
Mm-hmm.
Since I have like 2 attacks, can I do like the 2 attacks and then
Yeah.
the bonus?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Totally.
All right. So in that case, I want to hit it first
Okay.
again.
Don't we all?
Oh yeah.
Story of my life.
I would like to hit it first again, please. Nope.
15.
To hit its armor class, does hit because it's grappled.
Oh heck yeah.
I'm
Welcome.
waiting for him to ban me from the room.
Oh, this is nothing.
That's not even close to what's
No,
gone
but-
on in this room.
That's not even on my radar.
but I'm his mother.
It's not
He
even on
doesn't
my
want to
radar.
hear that.
Whatever.
He doesn't want
Anyway.
to hear it.
5 damage?
Mhm.
All right.
And now I want to try to intimidate him.
Okay. So,
What is that?
Harsh delivers 2 big swings with his tree trunk into the ribs of the bear. You hear and feel them kind of crack underneath the swings. The bear growls in pain, and Harsh then does a thing.
What do you do to
For
intimidate?
27.
Yeah. So, as the bear is growling in pain and wrestling against a bigger bear, you
Stronger.
shout it down and it goes silent and it kind of starts. It can't shrink away because he's currently being grabbed by a giant man. But you can tell it's kind of cowed a bit.
Perfect. Good.
Krieger.
It should be.
The bear has tensed up and is fighting against you much less. But you still have it grappled at the moment.
I drop it on a snack.
Okay, so make another grapple check with a +4.
That was with my CMB.
Yes.
So 19, 23.
23. You managed to do it. So go ahead and
I don't know what damage would
you're
be.
going to suplex it. So
D20? Okay.
no.
I tried.
Yeah. You can do a D6 points of damage to it 'cause that's your unarmed attack.
Got it. 2.
All right, you kind of flip it up and slam it down on its neck.
Do I get to add strength to that?
Yeah.
So good.
Huh. So 2 plus full strength modifier?
Yeah.
8 points of damage.
You have 6 strength. +6 strength. Shit, yeah, that's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck, dude.
I'm waiting to get my 1 extra point so I can get 7. I got 21.
Right.
Yeah.
Right
So
there.
8 points of damage.
It's a good problem to have to be waiting to get a 7 modifier.
Right.
Just saying.
So you suplex the bear and you hear it yelp in pain again. Beating the shit out of this bear.
Good.
I like to think, like Harsh, like intimidation is more so just rooting for your grappling this bear.
Yeah, and just shouting the bear down. It's great. The griffin, seeing what's going on, is going to try to run up and bite the bear. Bear's AC is much lower. Doesn't have a base attack bonus yet. But a bite attack is still a bite attack, so it's going to do some damage.
Nice.
Not much.
Not much damage.
So, the griffin doesn't have a name yet. Manages to...
Peter.
No.
Meg.
Meg.
Meared while researching spells, accidentally falls into a hole.
His brain aneurysm dies.
He forgets to eat for 3 weeks and dies.
Is he Nick's son too?
P. Tier. Griffin. Ah, shit.
So, the griffin bites a good wound into the bear's stomach. Soft underbelly stuff. Blood begins to ooze out, and the griffin's like, looking for approval. Cool. Goblins are gonna go. More arrows are gonna shoot into. Yep. And. No.
Yep.
Close, but no. 11 is the minimum.
Looked like 20 to me.
No, it was a 10. So, another arrow into the shoulder of the bear. It's very bad for the bear. It's not having a good time. Oh, I totally skipped the bear. Are you still grappling it after you suplex it? Okay.
Yep.
So it's going to try to wrestle free of the grapple.
27.
All right.
Reminder.
Roll to 12 plus, and still the same exact roll as before. So it's still grappled and can't do a damn thing about it.
Perfect.
Brings us back to Harsk.
Alright. Coming up the bat. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. How about a 20?
20 hits.
And 10 damage.
10 points of damage. So,
I'll do that.
the bear having been slammed onto the ground, it's laying prone. Is that supine? It's like, not quite. It's just laying prone at the moment, and Krieger looks like he's about to pick it up and slam it again. Before that happens, you bring this tree trunk down straight onto the top of its head, and you hear a crack, and the bear stops.
Perfect.
The peasants rejoice.
Fuckers could have helped.
I high five Krieger.
I don't let go.
He's still holding the bear, right?
I'm hugging him.
Give me a fortitude save. That's a
11.
Is that a 1, though?
That is 1.
That's important to note. Okay.
Is it? I thought it didn't matter on saves.
Oh, on saves it very much does. If you roll a 1 on a fortitude save, or on a
It's
save,
skill checks that it doesn't matter.
if you roll a 1 on a save, your items are affected.
Yikes! My shirt's ruined.
Your pants are dirty.
And if you roll a 20, you automatically save. So it's the other way, too. You notice that, like, as you're holding on all this bear fur, your skin feels raw. It's not... You remember swimming in did you? No, you didn't go... You don't remember swimming in the Bile River.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was gross. Because you were a doll at the time.
Was it?
No. You didn't become a doll until after
No,
the
I was
Bile
after.
River.
Because that gave me the shits.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that's exactly right. So, after you got out of...
Filth fever.
After you got out of the Bile River, because parts of you were in it, your skin was like really raw and kind of like it had been dunked in acid for a small amount of time.
Alright.
Your skin again has got that really irritated raw sensation to it. It seems like the bear's fur is almost acidic. You don't take any damage. You don't get any diseases, luckily.
You do shit your pants a little.
No.
This is a very toxic bear.
Yeah. But it's dead.
Alright.
Oh, it's dead?
I'll let it go.
It's dead.
It's dead.
It's a very dead bear. Cracking its skull open really did a number on it.
That's good.
Yay.
Good job, Harsh.
Good job you for lowering the armor class
Yeah.
for those couple of hits.
Yeah.
And for opening it up to the goblins.
Good teamwork,
And
you
the
guys.
griffins.
Yeah.
So, you guys are in the woods.
Beard's back at the keep, and he's like, I'm gonna take a nap. He walks in from brooding.
He walks over
Turn
to the
into
bear's
a beetle
skin in his
again.
bedroom.
Brooding took a lot out of you.
Yeah, so what would you guys like to do here? There's a dead bear in the woods near a cave.
I want to go look in the cave.
Harsk?
I will.
Harsh,
Krieger, do you
I-
share that the bear is kind of like hurting you a little bit?
Not yet. Nope.
Like, Nope.
It
All
definitely
right.
hurts you a bit. But
I need you to come look in the cave though, because I can't see in the dark.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. So I go with Krieger.
Goblins.
My initial thought was if you didn't tell me about like it being acidic. I was gonna like look for something to try to cut like a limb of the bear off or something, so I can feed it to the griffin. But
Don't touch the bear. That's all I say.
don't touch the bear. All right.
Don't poke the
So I
bear.
stopped doing that. And I
Okay.
go towards the cave.
All right. So you go over towards the cave.
Damn.
And
golden
before you're
opportunity.
even close there, you can see the back of it because of your dark vision. It's only like a 20-foot deep cave. It's just big enough for a bear to kind of live in. It's not a huge network of caverns or anything like that.
It's not a mimic.
It's not a mimic. That was a different one.
This time.
The whole planet is a mimic. Shit. That'll be the next one.
It's like I don't really know how to DM, so everything is just a mimic. It's just easier.
Which is great because
It was
we
a
fought
dream.
one mimic.
It
We can
was
fight
just a
them all.
dream. You wake up, it was a dream.
JR's not really dead.
JR's really good. It was Bobby in the shower.
Whatever. I'm sorry I'm not fully versed in the
In
80s,
Dallas.
in 80s dramas.
It was such a ripoff.
There you go.
Don't do that.
But yeah, in the cave, you find the remnants of its food. It clearly looks like this is its den. There aren't any little baby bears or anything like that. It's just the one bear that lives in this cave. But give me a perception check. For both of you, please. Shit, yeah.
26.
23.
Nice. Okay. So, with your dark vision, you easily pick this out as its color, and with as your eyes adjust to the darkness, you do pick out a faint glow. There are some. There's a cluster of mushrooms growing out of the wall,
Ooh.
and there's a.
It's gonna be one of those kinds of nights. All right.
And you also hear.
I
It's well
wish.
not high enough. There's a slight noise at the back of the cave.
Ooh.
And as you look closely at the mushrooms, you see that they're very faintly glowing, but they're also dripping. And there's a slight as the acid dissolves away at the rock underneath.
The mushrooms have gonorrhea.
Yes.
Even though Krieger can't do it, he's going to attempt a spellcraft check.
Okay.
0.
Nature doesn't do that, but yeah, that's magic. That's some magic shit. You can tell
Yep,
that.
that's magic.
Mhm.
We should go find a pretty good
I don't
reason.
know why Mir thinks this is so hard.
Look, it's magic. I
What
found
you
it.
fucking doing magic?
Can like survival
How hard
check
is
do
that?
anything with that, can it?
Hmm?
Other than can like a survival check do anything with those mushrooms?
You can harvest
You
them.
can try to eat them.
You can pick them. Try to pick them safely.
Alright. Nah, it's not worth it.
Okay.
You gotta do something with them.
Well, how about a
We
nature
will.
check?
Sure.
Is that
If you want to.
You got points in
They're
it?
mushrooms. 19.
Okay. You recognize these mushrooms. They are typically pretty nutritious. But they don't typically glow, and they don't typically drip with acid.
Mm-hmm.
But you recognize the species. They have a very particular form. They're really flat on top. And they have an almost purplish hue to the typical brown mushroom color. But so you recognize them. They're actually quite tasty and pretty rare. It's a delicacy because oftentimes if you're eating them, or if you're finding them, you're also finding bear feces because they typically grow around bear feces or something in bear poop.
Oh,
That seems to work, but it makes very tasty mushrooms. But
perfect.
these don't look like they'd be very tasty considering they're dripping with acid that little poofs of smoke come off of the stone that they drip onto.
So now
Are
the
we
question.
anywhere near the like magic mountain?
No.
Like the
It's in LA.
no.
It's
It's in LA.
you know You're close geographically, but because you're not, it's only like a 45-minute walk from the keep. It's not that far at all. But you're not near. It's like this is perfectly natural. It's not full of exploded magical items or anything like that. But
And there's no like remnants or trails that come from
nope.
the mushrooms at all.
It's weird hearing that noise.
I do with my new like tree branch weapon. I want to try to like kind of knock them off, but like have them sitting on the edge.
Sure. Give me a survival check to try to harvest them safely.
22.
Yeah, you managed to use some tools to just kind of, well, whether it be the tree trunk or whatever else, to safely pluck them free of their base and then get them into a container that is not your skin.
Perfect.
Just picture Harsk just at like 10 feet away with a bunch of rocks going.
Yeah.
And then getting frustrated and screaming at them and they fall off.
Ah!
Hey!
I'm just. I mean, I don't know how it really happened, but that's how it happened in my mind.
Why is there acid?
Oh, it's fucking dumb. He just fist pounds just the side of the cavern once, just.
Cool. Because they were told not, or it was told of everybody not to, the goblins have not taken to dragging away the bear or harvesting the bear, and they are keeping the griffin at bay so it doesn't continue trying to eat the bear.
Good.
Perfect.
What would you like to do?
I would like to go back to the keep with the goblins and the griffin.
What's that?
Oh, I definitely want to like put some leaves on my hands or something, and I want to drag the bear back into the cave.
Okay.
And just kind of like leave it there for now.
Sure.
Look what you did.
I know, right?
Yeah, you can pull that off. You safely drag the bear into the cave.
In the open.
Totally.
We're not having our goblins forget about it later.
That makes sense. So, then you return to the keep?
Yep.
Well, combat's over, guys.
More rocks fall from the
Rocks
cave.
Yeah, I was
fall.
gonna say,
Everyone
that's
dies.
just the rocks falling, yeah.
That one?
That's just
It's
the
fine. Just
cave.
leave it.
The
Fine.
bear knocked him down when they were being dragged in.
Cool. You guys bring the mushrooms and the goblins and the griffin back to the keep. And here you are.
I explained to Mir what we found with the bear and the
I
mushrooms.
show him the mushrooms.
Fuck. Oh, you brought the mushrooms?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Can I do a spellcraft check?
You can.
Mm-hmm. It's like analyzing them, right?
Magically.
Yeah.
Spellcraft. 22.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
I rolled a
That's
6.
about to say that's a pretty shitty roll, actually.
I know. Normally I'm in the
22. What?
30s. Roll. Tell me about
You
it.
used the D20, right?
Nah, that was too easy. I started using a D12.
It's like I do this for intimidate checks. Yeah, he's intimidated.
He's intimidated. So was I.
Oh, 18.
Nice.
So,
37 right there.
I literally have a max modifier for arcane, knowledge arcana, and spellcraft. They're both maxed out at 16.
Good. Hi.
All I have to do is roll a 4 to get 20. So like,
Wow.
yeah.
So, you recognize the effect. These mushrooms have the corrosive weapon property.
Nice.
Where's the weapon?
It appears the scar is leaking,
Shit.
and we'll figure that out next week.
What's
Oh,
Wait, the
really?
one is the one. What was it?
The scar is leaking.
The stars?
Scar. Where the mountain was.
Leaking
Okay.
from above onto the mushrooms. or through the ground?
It's like leaching into the groundwater.
The scar
essentially.
is basically magic Chernobyl,
Okay.
so it's kind of
So it's
leaking
leaching.
out.
It's leaching out. Okay.
Oh no!
Dude, that's so cool.
We killed a mountain that had 100,000 magical
Yeah.
things in it,
Guys,
and they
we
all
get to go
exploded
back to
and
the
died.
scar.
So now you get to go back to the
Yeah.
scar.
So